I'm here to talk about day 16 and 17. This AMI packet is writing, so you'll have 5 prompts. I expect you to write 5 to 10 sentences about each prompt, focusing on grammar, spelling, and sentence structure. These prompts are meant to be about you, or they're meant to be creative, so have fun with them. Day 16, your prompt is, what are you most proud of accomplishing, and how do you feel when you think about that accomplishment? Okay, so it's really reflective. It's about you and your feelings and your thoughts. Day 17, you're gonna write about an activity or a person that inspires you. Okay, so think about someone or something that inspires you to be better or be the best you can, or something like that. Okay, so about days 18 through 20 of your AMI packet. Day 18, you're writing about your most embarrassing moment and why it's your most embarrassing moment. Okay, so this might be a little uncomfortable to write about, but remember, only I will see it. So make it funny, use lots of details. And then day 19, you're gonna write about what qualities make someone a good listener and why. Why do those qualities make them a good listener, and are you a good listener? So kind of reflect and think about yourself. And then day 20, you're gonna write about a time when your best friend surprised you. It could be a best friend, a family member, whoever it is. Just write about a time that you were surprised. Remember, 5 to 10 sentences per prompt, good grammar, spelling, sentence structure, all that good stuff. Have fun with it and stay safe. See y'all.
Hey guys, it's Mr. Reed here with your next week's work. Starting with day 16, what you're going to do is you're going to tell me the name of the 8 planets that are in our solar system, starting with the one closest to our sun to furthest away. Also, there's a bunch of space rocks in between Mars and Jupiter. It would have become a planet if it wasn't for Jupiter's gravitational force. What I want you to do is I want you to name those space rocks that inhabit that region of our solar system. On day 17, what I want you to do is I want you to draw a Venn diagram, and I want you to tell me the differences between the inner and the outer planets in our solar system. I want you to give me 3 differences for the inner and for the outer planets. And I want you to give me 2 similarities of both the inner and the outer planets. On day 18, what I want you to do is I want you to tell me what differentiation is and what it means for our planet and what our planet went through. Also, I want you to explain the difference between planetesimals and protoplanets. If you have your notebooks, this will be a perfect time to get those out and to look those up because we did go over that in class. On day 19, what I want you to do is I want you to think of the idea of people colonizing Mars, making it a survivable planet for the human race. So if you have access to the internet, what I want you to do is look up this topic, research for about 10 to 15 minutes max over this topic. Find some positive articles about why we should go to Mars and find some negative articles why we shouldn't go to Mars. I want you to make a pros and cons, just a T-chart about what's positive about going to Mars and what's negative about going to Mars. If you don't have a way to research this, just come up with some ideas in your mind. What do you think would be a benefit to going, and what would be the downfall to going? I want you to give me 3 positive and 3 negatives during that. On day 20, I want you to answer some questions about the formation of our solar system. These questions are, what was at the very beginning of our solar system that was made up of dust and gas? What force became so strong that it overcame the magnetic field? When the gravity overcame the magnetic field, it caused this to happen. This was also when the protosun came into being. The planets we now have are in their final stage of formations. However, they were not always this way. What were our planets before they were, well, planets? I want you to take some time and answer those questions on day 20. You can fit all of this on one sheet of paper if you want. And if you want to, just take a picture after you've completed day 20 and send it to my email. That's the best method for me to get it, and so I can get you your grades put in. Keep staying safe. Keep staying inside. I hope y'all have a great day, and we'll see y'all later.
Howdy, children. How y'all been doing in these scary times? I've been thinking about it myself. I come out here every once in a while just to visit with the dead folk and reminisce about the old times. I was out here one time and someone comes up to me and called me a primary source. The dickens, you say? What? Yep, they called me a primary source right to my face. Then they went on to learn me that it ain't such a bad thing at all. It just means I was there when something big happened. I witnessed it, I experienced it, I seed it with my own two eyes, and I wrote about it. Like when my baby sister would look up at me with her big blue eyes, as big and blue as the sky. When she smiled, her face would shine like a new silver dollar. I can remember that because I wrote about it right before she died of that terrible cursed illness we called the Spanish flu. I wrote about them times because I don't want nobody to never forget about it. It all started 100 years ago, 1918 to be exact. We was just entering the big war, World War One. Camp Pike, some people call it Camp Robinson today, down in North Little Rock, was one of the biggest training grounds in the country for men to learn how to be soldiers. Well, folks around here travel up to Camp Pike to go on a pretty weekend to go visit their boys or maybe a sweetheart, but the flu is already on the loose from Fort Riley, Kansas. And them little nasty germ critters would jump on folks and we brung them back home with us. The influenza. We just called it the flu for short. Arkansas got hit pretty hard because so many soldiers come to Fort Pike for training. And from Camp Pike, soldiers carried them flu bugs around the world because we were fighting in a world war. Our boys brung them to Germany and France, England, Italy. The whole world was eat up with them flu bugs. Because we was all trying to be strong and win a war, no one wanted to talk about how bad it was hitting our soldiers. So the only country to really talk about it was Spain, because they stayed neutral and they didn't care who knew about how sick they were getting. So everyone was saying, did you hear about how many are dying in Spain from the flu? And then pretty soon we just started calling it the Spanish flu. And so it was. Our little Chloe May was hit by one of them flu bugs. This cemetery is full of gravestones with the dates 1918 through 1920. Children, old folks, it don't matter. It got so bad our schools had to close. I hear tell some of you youngins got out of school early too. Well, we did too. Our schools were closed from October to December in 1919. And they closed movie theaters and didn't allow no dancing or gathering in swarms, just like today. I remember by the time the Spanish flu ended, 675,000 Americans had died. In Arkansas alone, 7,000 people died. While as many as 50 million people around the world died. That's 25% of the world's population. Now that's something worth writing home about. So y'all write about these times. Write about what's going on and how you have to do things differently. Because in a while things will be getting back to normal and you'll forget about it. But don't you never forget about it. You learn from this. Become one of them, what they call me, a primary source. Write down your thoughts. Keep a daily diary or a journal of things you've done, family activities. Record the number of cases of the flu and you just watch. The numbers will start growing smaller, and with the Lord's mercy, you'll live to tell your youngins about this too. Y'all stay safe now. You hear?
Hey, 8th grade, this is Miss Hamilton here to talk to you about your math for day 16. So remember, here are our emails from Ms. Charton and me. If you have any questions, feel free to email us. So day 16 for math, you're going to answer some questions about rational and irrational numbers. I know y'all talked about this at the beginning of the school year, so you're really going to have to think back pretty far to remember how to do this. But luckily, there are some examples and definitions on your assignment to kind of guide you through this. So rational numbers can be written as fractions. So remember, you can put like 1 over 1, 2 over 1. Terminating decimals, repeating decimals are also rational numbers. Irrational numbers are numbers that cannot be written into fractions, like square roots, decimals that, like pi, that keep on going on forever with no pattern. So there are some examples written here for you to maybe hopefully guide you through answering these 10 questions. So all you have to do is on this sheet, if you print it out, or another sheet of paper, just write down rational or irrational beside the numbers. Hopefully this helps you. If not, let us know. Hey, 8th grade, this is Hamilton here to talk to you about day 17 for math. So remember, again, our contact information is in your packet. Email us if you've got any questions or concerns. So day 17 for math is you're comparing properties of two functions. So you're going to be given some graphs, equations, tables, paragraphs, and you're just going to analyze and compare the graphs to answer some questions. So for this first one, for example, they give you a table and a graph. So you've got to kind of compare, look at the different points compared to the table, and answer the questions that they give you. The next one, they give you an equation and a table. So you may have to plug some numbers into the equation to see which one weighs more at a certain time. But you can do that. Just plug in some numbers in for t, solve the problem, and see if the time is the same. Okay. So hopefully that you can get through this one. It's just these problems right here. So remember, if you have any questions, just let us know. 8th grade, I'm here to talk to you about your day 18 math. Just a reminder, contact information for Ms. Charton and me are right here on your information page. So day 18 for math is similar to your day 17. It's actually the second half of your day 17. So you're going to be comparing some situations for linear equations and linear functions. So this one it's got 3 different types of analyzing for you to do. So you've got a word problem, you've got the table, and then you've got the graph. So you've got to figure out what's going to be best and how to analyze this and compare this. It's for the trees that grow the fastest. You may have to maybe plot something for the word problem, maybe think about it just logically. Just be able to answer these questions. And then this next one has got 4 different ways that you've got to compare and analyze. So it's got the word problem, it's got the graph, it's got the equation, and then it's got the tables. Okay. So make sure that you analyze these really carefully, plug in some numbers if you need to into the equation, write an equation for the word problem, create a table for it, create a table for all of them if need to be. If you need to have the same thing for each, create a table for all of them. So hopefully you can get through this. If not, feel free to email us. We're here to help you. Hey, 8th grade, this is Ms. Hamilton again. I'm going to go over day 19's instructions with you for math. Contact information is still there for you if you need us. Then for math, you're kind of going to be doing the same thing as you've been doing, as you're going to be comparing some functions. This one is going to be dealing with the car mileage and gas and everything. Now, your worksheet is only going to be the problems. So these are your questions for the picture that it is on the worksheet. So answer these questions on a different sheet of paper if need to be. And you're just going to be kind of analyzing the graph and the table for the different car mileages and stuff that it wants you to do. So compare these mileages, answer these 4 questions that's given to you, and that's all you have to do for day 19. Y'all have a good day. Hey, 8th grade, I'm here to talk to you about your day 20 for math. So just a reminder, here's again our emails for Ms. Charton and me if you need help with these math problems. So day 20 for math is you're going to still be comparing some functions. Okay, so you've got different linear situations down here. and then you're going to answer some questions. So there's a whole page 4. There's tables, equations, just word problems. There's some graphs. So different companies you're trying to help them figure out what is their slope, what is their y-intercept. So remember, slope is in front of the x, or in front of the x. Slope is also how much something costs per that item. So the word each kind of helps you with the slope. Y-intercept is where it crosses the y-axis. Okay. Anything additional is your y-intercept. So hopefully you remember how to analyze equations and graphs to find the slope and the y-intercept. That's what you do on this table. Then the next one, you're just answering some true and false questions that are based upon the information given to you at the top. So hopefully you can handle this yourself. If not, please email us. That's what we're here for. We would love to help you any way that we can. Y'all have a great day.
7th and 8th graders, it has been so long since I've seen you, I have turned gray with worry. I can't go to the beauty shop. I can't do anything with my hair, so now I'm gray. I always thought you guys would be the cause of this, but no, it's that coronavirus. Days 16 and 17, do what's assigned in the AMI packet. You got this. Any questions? Call me. Mama D out.